Hello students, today will we discuss about difference between the law of nature and human laws. In the essay The Law of Nature, Haldane points out that the law of nature are basically different from the law of human beings. The law of nature are statement of facts. They may also be called uninformities of nature because they are applicable to all men living anywhere at any period of time. But the sphere of human law is quite limited and it confined only to a certain group of people for a certain period of time. Moreover, unlike the law of nature, human laws are made either by the king or the legislative council of a country. So they are to be obeyed by the people of that particular country. If the people do not obey these laws, they will be punished, but in nature there is no provision for punishment if people do not obey the law. In this essay entitled The Law of Nature, which was published in Rational Annual in 1941, J.V.S. Haldane asserts that the law of nature are very important and useful for the future of man. The law of nature is not acknowledged as such in modern scientific age. Ancient people believed in a law of nature, but modern people do not believe in it. In fact, in ancient societies, no distinction was made between law and custom, but in modern times human societies have laws separate from customs. The Greek made the great and revolutionary discovery that Greek made the great community could consciously make new law and repeal old ones. The laws of nature are statements and not commands. Some laws are correct, but some have been seen to be incorrect. However, these inaccurately stated laws are of immense practical and theoretical value. The law of nature fall into two categories: qualitative law and quantitative laws. The first is such as all animals with feathers have wings. The second is such as mercury has times the density of water. The example of qualitative law may be a good guide, but it is not always true. Millions of birds are not on this planet, but many of them have not developed a wing but have feathers. It is also believed that female mammals had memory until Professor Crew found that many hairless female and lacked these organs, though they could hear young which other females could them foster. Likewise, quantitative laws also turned out to be inaccurate until Professor Crew found that many hairless female mice lacked these organs, though they could bear young which other female could them foster. Likewise, quantitative laws also turn out to be inaccurate. Thus, what is nothing definite. Similarly, mercury consists of several different types of atom. The ratio of the densities of mercury and water is not fixed. A well-known physicist, Jeffrey, said something new about induction. There are two contradictory theories about the law of nature. The older opinion is that they are absolute, although they are inaccurate. Wenger says that the only phenomena occur, so there is no need in making any definite statements. Millen's theories are extremely revolutionary. He assumes cosmological relativity, that observers anywhere in the universe would see much the same thing. He also imagines observers and different stars communicating via light signals. Changes are observed in the law of nature. These changes are seen when there is some natural or artificial evolution, hence Millen's theory seem to be correct, even though partially there is a system rationally knit as the proposition of geometry. In his famous essay The Law of Nature, J.V.S. Halden expresses his view that the law of nature are very useful for the future of man. They serve as practical guides to man, and so in spite of their being inexact and inaccurate cannot be rejected. According to the author, there are three types of law: human, divine and natural. The human laws are made by a king or legislative council. These laws are valid for a certain number of people for a certain period of time. Divine laws are issued edicts by decrees by gods, and they are unchangeable. Such laws aimed at social and economic development. The law of nature are not social and economic development. The law of nature commands or decrees but statement of facts. In a way, they should not be called laws but uniformities in nature. These laws are uniformities are applicable everywhere to all men. The laws of nature can be broadly divided into two classes: the qualitative and quantitative. The qualitative laws are very good guides, but they may not be absolutely true. For instance, all animals with feathers have beaks is a qualitative law of nature, but many birds have feathers with teeth and do not have developed beaks. The quantitative law is to turn out to the inexactive. Water and mercury are nothing defined. Water is a mixture of at least 6 substances. Hydrogen and oxygen in water may be either heavy or light. The law of nature are not. These laws are valid a certain number of legislative council. The law of nature can be broadly divided into two classes: qualitative and quantitative. The qualitative law are very good guides, but they may not be absolutely true. There are two theories in value about the law of nature. The old view is that the law of nature are absolute. The other view is that no definite statements can be made about the law of nature. Man has gained a deeper knowledge of the meaning of the law of nature from the works of two physics, Jeffrey and Millen. According to Jeffrey, there are many observations which confirm a law, but it is also possible that a law is not exact. The existence of natural law cannot be denied even if they are inexact. For instance, if a map cannot give the true shape of England, it does not mean that England has no shape. The most important thing about the law of nature is the accuracy of simple approximations. Men have 2 ears, and the exceptions can be found only 1 in 100,000 people. It is true because the universe is recognized in aggregates. While told that the density of a gas is proportional to its pressure and temperature, these laws are nearly true at ordinary temperature and pressure. These laws are nearly true at ordinary. Stars are to be treated as points when their movements are considered to avoid greater errors. Millen's theories about the law of nature are extremely revolutionary. They are based on the principle of cosmological relativity. According to him, there is no favored point or center, no limit beyond which there is more matter. There is no direction in which matter progressively things out. He imagines that he communications on different stars would be held while light stars. The length of a thing could also be measured by the wavelength of light. Mendel's laws that two types occur in ratio of 1:1 in some cases, 3:1 in others are theoretically true. Thus, it is clear that different theories have been extended about the law of nature by the scientists. Sometimes these theories turn out to be incorrect because there are irregularities in nature. The real world is in fact immensely complex. In this essay, The Law of Nature, Hölderlin points out that the law of nature, divine law, are those laws which are believed to be made by God. These laws are obeyed everywhere because they are valuable guide for social matters. They are in fact edicts of decrees which were issued by gods or prophets for the social and economic for the society. Anglican bishops have tried to solve to the problem of their applications. They believe that divine law begins where human law ends. An example of such law is that God forbids a man to marry his sister. Though it is not certain whether it was said by God or not, the law is still applicable for the benefit of the society.